Hi, everybody. Okay, so oh man, it was a long time ago. I've done the match game with fingers. Today we're going to do the match game on paper. So if you were a teacher watching this and you were in a public school, public schools and school systems want a lot of documentation. So we're moving from, right, the match game is in place of all these reward and punishment things we have and all these charts we have to fill out and check off and put in a binder. There's no self-reflection or anything that happens in those. It's just like, we're going to chart it and then we're going to graph it and then we're going to put it in a binder. And I'm not sure that's helping the teachers or helping the students get any farther along in learning a skill or meeting a need. So I am going to show you how to play this game. I'm going to give you some examples, and I hope it helps. And I hope you can move from this reward and punishment stuff, right, stuff out of fear, to strategies based in love. So each person is going to get one. So it is going to be, say you play at the end of class, right? Say it's an older student. It could be played with young students too, but say it's an older student who goes from class to class to class. So I would think put 14, right? Get 14 of them and staple them all together so you have them for the whole week. You could put your name at the top, you could put the dates, you could put what kid you're doing it with. And at the end of class, the child is gonna come up to you and you are going to say, okay, we are gonna rate how today went. Notice it, I'm sure it's backwards because I don't know how to flip it, but okay, good, and great. There's no poor, there's no terrible, there's no bad. So the point of the game is to match. So you win the game if you match. That means I've got to say my piece and the child got to say their piece. And if you match, it means that what you thought and what the child thought was the same. If you don't match, it's not a lose. It's just, oh, tomorrow let's try to match instead of not match. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to, right, the child's going to have theirs, and then you're going to turn around secretive, like when you were in grade school, and you're secretive going to circle one, and I'm going to circle one. So I'm going to circle, and they're going to circle. And they're going to, once they circle, they're going to flip theirs over and hold it. I'm going to flip mine over and hold it. And you're going to, right, the child's over here, and you're going to go 1, 2, 3, match. And you're going to open, just like you would throw your fingers. You're going to open. Now, this one is mine. Good. This one is the child's. Great. Know that the child usually picks great for most of the time at the beginning, because they think they've done great. The more you play this, the more you will know when they really start to understand and really start to hone these skills of self-reflection, when they start to go from great all the time to good to okay. And you still win if you both pick okay. That means the child knows that they need to work on stuff. And now they know that you know that they need to work on stuff. So this is the conversation. Maybe the child will say, this is why rewards and punishments aren't helpful, because this conversation could look like this. The child says, oh, I did great. And you're thinking, well, tell me about that. Tell me what great parts made you pick great. And they could say, you know what? I know that I've been trying to keep my hands to myself, and I didn't the whole time, but I did want to do it 2 more times than I did, so I held back 2 times. That kid thinks he's great because he knew he wasn't supposed to. A couple times got away from him, but he was able to self-reflect on those 2 times. That's awesome. Mine was good because I was hoping that you were able to keep your hands to yourself the whole time, and you did touch other kids or, right, hurt other kids 2 times. And I worried about that. But now that I hear that you wanted to do it more, I'm thinking that was pretty great. That's it. That's the whole conversation. You could staple them together right? You can staple them together and you can put them in a binder. You could even, right, on the good and great, you can put like, why did he pick great? And you're going to write it down. Why did you pick good? You're going to write it down and you're going to stick it in a folder so people can ask about it. You can also laminate them if you want and so it's the same one all the time if you don't want to waste paper, right? If you want to be environmentally friendly, and then you're going to take notes on another piece of paper. It's just so much easier in a school setting that is like, well, we've been playing the match game, and they're like, so how's it been going? Great. Here's my folder and here's the match game that's happening. So you could keep unmatching, and the result will never be, oh, you get something, or now you get, say, they're having a hard time at lunch or some sort of social time. We're not ever going to take that away because we keep unmatching. We're going to say, well, lunch is hard. We're doing this at the end of lunch. We keep unmatching. And if we keep unmatching and the behavior stay the same, I'm just going to have to stay close. We're going to have to talk about the one thing that we're going to work on. Maybe all of this is too much. We're going to have a conversation. We're not going to take the child out of lunch unless there is a safety issue, of course. Safety always comes first. So we don't take lunch away. We say we're going to have to stay close. We say right? No kid wants you right here. I'm supposed to be here with you, buddy, or the teachers are supposed to be watching you. If you don't want them so close, we really need to work on the stuff that we've talked about in the match game. So maybe it can be a contract, right? Maybe it can be talking things through. Maybe it could be a contract where you actually like sign it, or it can, you could have visuals, or you could just work on one thing and not this whole big group of things. Like having the whole lunchtime might be hard, but maybe having one thing in lunch change, right? 98% of the time, a challenging behavior is a lack of skill or an unmet need. We're trying to figure out what the lack of skills are so we can move down the continuum, right, down the spectrum, or what needs haven't been met. The more we play this game, the more notes we take, the more information we find out about that. I hope this helps, and you know where I am if you have any questions. Thanks, bye.